Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to a few of you as well. We're so excited for you to be here today. This is DeepTarget's Customer Success Webinar for December of 2022, and it's our final webinar of the year. I have with me Jacob. Jacob, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, David. Thanks for having me.
Great. So I'm David Kingsbury. I run our digital experience programs. I talk to a lot of you guys on a daily basis. Just got off the phone with a couple of credit unions this morning. Might have some insights to share from that as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to look at success in review, many of our case studies. So Jacob and I just honestly have looked at a bunch of them, and there's so many. We picked a few that were special in their own way and insightful as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started and talk about those. We also want to talk about planning. So we want to give you a couple of insights going forward, and of what you should think about. And I know if you guys have a lot to think about, I'm sure. I know you do. And it's getting more and more interesting every day as we go forward. But there are some great things that you can do to be more successful or continue to be successful. Okay, so let's take a look at some of those case studies. And Jacob and I, and actually Helen and a couple other on our team, we reviewed so many of the case studies in the past couple of weeks. Jacob, how many, or did you find a bunch of case studies that were really good?
I mean, honestly, I was looking through so many customer stuff, and we truly could fill the entire 30-minute webinar just going over phenomenally performing campaigns. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to spend it all on that, but everyone did just an excellent job in 2022.
That's right. So so we just chose these three. All right. So don't. So one, we want to thank those that have some great case studies, and they may or may not know we're sharing these results. And honestly, I think a couple of you guys on the call today are actually very responsible for the success of these case studies. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, the first one comes from Innovations Federal Credit Union. They're about 300 million in assets, 22,000 members, and they have a great campaign they ran this year for auto loans, and they used our predictive model for both online and banking and mobile. And you can see the ad here below, basically the same ad per channel, and get more bang for your budget. And again, they used our predictive model to isolate that audience, which is awesome. And so what you're seeing here is for just this campaign, they had a click-through rate of 2.92%, which we all know, if you're at one click-through rate of 1% or better, you're doing great. They almost had 3 times that. And you can see their impressions are high and their click-throughs are high throughout the whole process of the campaign, just the 4 months, June, July, August, and September. Okay. And with that result, their influence conversions were 218 just for that one campaign. And you guys know you can isolate down to just a category in a campaign and just see how many impressions and clicks converted into a new account open. So 218 over the course of this campaign. So that is really phenomenal. So big round of applause to the innovations team. Great results for that and the work that they did. And so Jacob, did you have any comments you wanted to make on this as well? I'll just
Yeah. So one thing, I sat down with Ruthie, who heads up marketing over at Innovations, and we had a goal of diving deeper into targeting. They had been doing a lot of all users campaigns. And so we talked about some strategy and I suggested the predictive model. She went ahead and tried it, and it's just awesome to see the phenomenal results with the minimal effort of the targeting. And so I'll just say, anybody who's not using the targeted by predictive model, or really any targeting today, I definitely recommend just reaching out and let's set up a quick call, 15 to 30 minutes. We can go over, answer any questions, and just talk about it. If that's something that interests you, looking at these types of results, I'd be more than happy to set that up with you.
That's right. And remember, this uses our machine learning model that comes free with the product. So something great for you to check out. Great results across the board. And again, it's a simple click to pick this predictive model. And then you can, if you want to, you can set an age range, and that's it. It's going to go use its best model to create your audience. And that's awesome. Great. Thank you, Jacob. Great stuff. All right. Our second case study today comes from Eagle One. 396 million in assets, 9,400 members approximately. They ran a consumer loan campaign targeted by Rule this year. And what did they do? My favorite thing, they pre-printed first name. So there I am. I'm actually not a member of Eagle One, but as you know, when you set up your, well, if you didn't know, when you set up the actual ad, you can simulate it in the display. And so this is me being listed as the member receiving this particular ad. And once again, amazing results. So David, need to fund that dream vacation. And they have a cute little image of all the different potential locations to go to, and a lot of fun. And so their consumer loan campaign ran, and it is actually still running 6 months long. Their click-through rate is a 3.83%, which is absolutely phenomenal. Again, they targeted by Rule, so a limited number of members are targeted. And then here's their click-through rate, really healthy all the way through the whole process, resulting in that 3.83%. And ultimate results so far are 156 new accounts influenced just by this consumer loan. And this is the only one that they're running. And so great results there. So we're really happy for and I got this wrong. So I'm sorry, the logo should be Eagle One, and Eagle One getting these great results. And you can see we changed the pre-pin first name over to Jacob on this end. So way to go, the team at Eagle One. Jacob, any comments on this one?
Yeah, I'll just say, if anyone out there is considering first name personalization, we say it all the time. We highly recommend it. Even if you run one with first name, one without first name, and compare results. But consistently we're seeing about 2 times the click-through rate on those first name campaigns.
That's right. That's awesome. Good. Thank you, Jacob. Okay. And then here is our third one. Our third one is truly phenomenal. And we're so excited for America's CU. So America's CU is our third case study. They're 700 million in assets, about 40,000 members. And they ran a get off the credit card roller coaster. As you can see the roller coaster here in earlier this year, but they did something unique. So both channels, but they targeted by Rule with 2 different campaigns. And this is, again, a balance transfer campaign and a great rate that is listed here. And those 2 campaigns, why is that so unique? And I'm going to show you. First of all, they targeted all of their membership that had a card. So just to make sure that they capture everybody that might be interested, maybe with 2 credit cards. I'm not sure how many credit cards each of you guys have, but I bet you have more than one. I think you're going to be surprised if maybe not, that I believe the average number of credit cards a household has is 6 to 7 credit cards in today's world. Might seem excessive, but maybe not. But they target all of their members with cards. So their reach of their membership with cards, 6,407. And look at that click-through rate, 15% click-through rate. So they were all studying the rates, probably. I'm not sure, but great result from that. And then here comes the second campaign. This one is to non-card members. So notice the reach here is almost 20,000 of their members that do not have a card with America's CU, and their click-through rate, 12.22%. Through the roof. Remember, anything greater than 1% or greater is phenomenal. So excellent results here. And so what's the bottom line? So out of that, those two campaigns, the result is non-card holders had this number of influence conversions, and the card holders had a few. In fact, of the 202 total, 193 were the non-card holders following through with that transfer. So amazing overall results. Great work to America's CU, and I can't say enough about it. So how about you, Jacob? Any comments on this case study?
I just want to say, I know I sat down with America's CU at the beginning of the year back in January, and they had a goal. Their goal was, we want to revamp our digital marketing and we want to win awards. I mean, that was the literal goal, was to win an award for the best marketing campaign out there, and they did it. You know, we worked together, we worked with them. They had a vision, and you know, together we executed it. So I'm just, anybody else who wants to sit down in January and make some plans for the year, you know, I'll say it again, just feel free, send me an email and let's plan.
And there they are. So congratulations again to America's CU, not only being spotlighted here at the end of the year as a great result. Here's Kim, Jacob, their whole team. This is at Access Softex conference here this fall, and they win this great little impact award from us and Access Softex. So great work to you guys, and I think we had Jacob on the call today. So congratulations, Jacob, and your team. Okay, so fantastic. So now let's flip over to marketing planning. Oh, and by the way, one last theme. All of these campaigns that we just saw, these successful campaigns, actually were ones that we participated in. So there were dozens of others, but just think about going forward next year, just like Jacob said, reach out to us, and we're happy to meet with you and share ideas and help you strategize. Remember, we offer 2 success meetings a year to help you optimize and strategize, if you will. So take advantage of it. Our team is standing by to help you with that. Okay. All right. So let's look at marketing plans for 2023. So I know you guys have all spent some time going over goals and objectives, and we know it's a turbulent, interesting time. But we do suggest you look back at 2022 and say, hey, so what worked, what didn't work? Hopefully it's not too different of a new world, but what will you or could you do differently? So we're going to provide you 2 insights, and it's not surprising, but hopefully it will be helpful to you. And our 2 areas to consider is certainly surrounding the ways to improve your engagement. And that's by creating better lists and personalized content. And absolutely, Deep Target can help you with this. So I know you guys spend a lot of times in creating your lists. And why are lists so important? Because there are so many of your, I'll say, members, and many, as we all know, indirect, that the only way you can reach them is perhaps through email or through direct mail or other forms like that, but not necessarily through your online channels. So we're going to talk about that in a little more detail. But what if your lists were better so that you could save money on your mailings, perhaps, and and therefore really get relevant offers off to those members that are really interested, whether direct or indirect. And then that personalized content. So I want to revisit our topic from last month a little bit today as well. Okay. But once again, we feel like there's a number of ways that we can help you here from Deep Target. Okay. So first of all, Deep Target can easily create lists for you. And we talk about this just about every webinar, but I can't underemphasize or overemphasize enough that we have this capability today. And Jacob, how often are you promoting this capability to our customers that you're talking to?
You know, I try to promote it on every success or call that we do. I know yesterday I had a call with a customer and we were talking about using the predictive model to identify, members or customers with a propensity for a product and then use it as an email marketing list. And so we have that capability in our system.
Awesome. So let's take a deep dive into this. So we're just going to remind you guys that for every target by rule, target by predictive model campaign, what's going to happen is it's going to return a reach. So you can see this reach not only here when you hit the plus minus button on the campaign listings, this reach. And so this particular campaign, which is done by a predictive model for an auto loan, has a reach of 9,390 users, but really that's not true. It's users imply that they are users on the system, but it's actually your entire customer or membership. So it's identifying every single person in your FI that has a high propensity for an auto loan. And you need to be aware of that. Okay. So it's going to go beyond your digital user list. And therefore you can use that list for your engagement. And you can do an export audience list to then go after them. And so it's important to see that and understand that so that you can go use that in multiple ways. Okay. So I'm not sure how many of you guys are aware of this, but this is here today. So what that means is whenever you create a campaign inside of Deep Target's DXP, that is targeted by rule or predictive model, you can export that list directly out to a CSV, which you can then load into your email or your, I know many of you guys are pursuing the possibility of SMS or are doing it today, or into social media, and then promote your message to them. And then you may or may not know that we have this product called 3D Story on the Go, which if you utilize it, we're going to give you a URL that will then take them to a branded microsite. So why am I focusing on email so much? So because in the past couple of months, we've spoken to so many, and I know so many of you guys are using email, but you guys are making a stronger effort to go after indirects next year. And therefore, email is the best way to do that. And so we have this product where you can send out an email with that embedded URL, and here comes that actual microsite with campaigns running. And I'm going to show you a quick view of that real quick. So one great way that many of our users are using or considering today is the happy birthday one that we have available here. This is an example of it. And another one is just for your offers, which gives you another branded look here. And then finally, another branded look here. So multiple ways that can be really engaging to try to get indirect conversions back to your FI. Okay. So I wanted to make sure you're aware of that. And then the second part of this, not only great lists, is how to engage with more relevant personal content. So we talked last month about emotions, and this is just a comment here from Barb Bowker, Pennsylvania State Credit Unions, who's head of digital experience there. And she said tapping into someone's emotion is a way to build loyalty and help retain members for a lifetime. And we believe that's true, because almost all purchase decisions today are being based on feelings more so than numbers. And the key is to highlight that emotional response that you have from your consumers. And we talked about the fact that emotions are the key on how we perceive and connect with messages. And our emotions, so we did a study last month, and I wanted to just bring it back up this month because it was so insightful. We suggest you try to tap into these 5. There are upwards of 20 plus emotions out there, depending on the research that you do. But these 5 are the ones that are most effective, we believe. And in fact, the first one, happiness or fun, has been the top one. And, we have seen some really funny ones, and I'll show them again, that have had great engagement over time as well. So please consider that in all of your efforts going forward. So those are the main things that we wanted to really suggest today. So using the best audiences is key, relevant and personal. We do this really easy through our export audience, and the ad that connects to users best is remembered most. So and don't forget that person's first name. So Dale Carnegie, many of you are familiar with Dale Carnegie, one of the best salespeople of all time. And when you're engaging your members and customers, you are selling to them. But a person's name to him or her is the sweetest and most important sound in any language. And we do that so easily. And we prepend it so well. And then finally, fear of missing out, underserving, or not informing your members or customers. So I bring this up because this is something that our new product called Predictive Sales really helps with, but you guys should consider regardless. I've been on the phone, Jacob and I, here recently with several of you guys, and you're only running a certain number of campaigns this quarter, and you're going to run a certain number next quarter, and some of that's based on history. But every single month, some number of your customers or members are looking for all of or considering one or more of every product you have. And if you're not showing them that you have a great product, then you may be missing out on them. And that's what predictive sales is going to do for you. It's going to tell you all of the potential users, customers out there that are interested in your products. And that's going to be awesome. Okay, so just as a reminder, Deep Target has 4 products: our DXP, which all of you I know have today; On the Go, which is email, SMS, and social. Here comes Predictive Sales as well. In fact, we've got some great results going on with betas right now. If you want to hear more, please let us know. And then our managed services. We actually have signed up double digits in customers now already that have signed us up to run their systems for them or alongside them, if you will. And we know when you're struggling situations today, keeping good talent on board, and that sort of thing, with the economy going as it is, we're happy to help if that can help you. Okay, so with all of that, we're at our Java Joy, our final Java Joy of 2022. And Jacob,
all right,
drum roll.
And we have a winner. It's Michael Connors from University Credit Union.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you. And congratulations. We'll get that Java Joy out to you. You can celebrate it. I think it's right in time because there's some cold fronts coming in a big way. So thank you for that. Thank you to everybody. We're excited about the new year. Join with us as we talk about optimizing campaigns and things that you might be missing next month. And we'll get started early, get going early. You guys have a happy holiday and Merry Christmas to everyone. And thank you, Jacob, for all your insights today as well. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.